So, you're in high school, and you have one of these 9 to choose to be your best friend. Not even your best friend, just to be your friend. Who do you choose? Welcome back to the Shield Network. I am your host, Bad News Harris, and today I'm gonna have a little conversation about a tweet I saw from someone on Zitter that I follow named Stardust Nova. They posted a photo of these 4, or these 9, and you just started high school. You have one of these 9 to make friends with. Who do you choose? Before I go into it, let's set up some ground rules. First is, it's not a high school with all 9 of them attending. You are choosing that friend, and that's the high school you're at. Okay? So far, so good? Alright, now, second. We all know that the majority of these elections are secret identities, or secret lives. So, we're going to take that into account. We are their friend, but we aren't the best friends, and we're not the main characters. So, the likelihood of us knowing about their extracurricular activities is slim to 0, depending on who it is. And lastly, I don't think there was a lastly. I think that's just the only 2. Alright, let's start this. Number 1, Danny Fenton. Alright, I'll be the first to admit, he's the second, no, he's tied with the coolest character on this list. Don't get me wrong, I dig Jake Long, but when they switched over the animation, and I don't know, after the animation changed to the weird-ass, extreme cartoon-looking animation, where Jake was too blocky, and all of his, well, everything became too blocky, in the animation in general. We're not going there. Danny Phantom. Nerd in high school, friends with another nerd, friends with a hot goth. Got that so far. He's obsessed with Pauline, blah, 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 blah. It seems pretty dorky, and if you're the dorky person in school, not a bad choice to go for. But, like I was saying, being Danny Phantom, there is an extremely, extremely slim chance that we ever learn outside of the context of the series where the entire world learns. But beyond that, no, we don't get to know anything about Danny, we just know that he disappears when shit goes down. So, not choosing Danny. Like, I love Danny Phantom. I love that show. That show has more influence on me than any other on this list. I mean, Scarlet Dreams was born because of Danny Phantom. So, but unfortunately, Danny's a no-go because we likely never learn that he is Danny Phantom. So, we don't get to be a part of any of it. Next, Jake Long. Same concept. I mean, he's cool. He turns into a dragon. He's got all of these powers. But we're not part of the mystical world, so we don't get to learn about it. So it's just hanging out with a skateboarder, who I've hung out with skateboarders. They're boring as hell. So, Jake Long is out. Randy Cunningham, the 9th grade ninja. I will be honest, I had never heard of Randy Cunningham until I saw this tweet. I looked into the show so I can give at least a fair entry for him. A fair enough entry for someone who's never seen the show. But from the looks of it, it looks basically like a Danny Phantom thing. He becomes a ninja to protect the city. It looks like his best friend knows about it, but that's about it. but I don't have access to Disney Plus, and I don't have the patience and time to, well, I have the time, but I don't have the patience to go and watch like 4 episodes just to know what it's about. Especially since I don't have access to Disney Plus right now. So, Randy Cunningham is out. Kim Possible. I'm going to come back to Kim Possible, and you know why. Jenny, XJ9. Probably one of the only 2 on this list who actively does their extracurriculars out in the open, and that's mainly because she's a robot. That being said, you're not the human boy that has the crush on the robot, and you're not the robot that has a crush on the human boy. You're not the scientist that built the robot, and you're not always with her, because again, when shit goes down, she goes and does her thing. So, if anything, with Jenny, you're more in danger than anything else, especially since she's got the personality of a teenager. So, it's not like she's going to be who I just skipped, but I'm going to come back to. And I'm pretty sure you're going to figure out why. And where that's going to put her. Sunset Shimmer. Don't get me wrong. I like My Little Pony. I love the ponies. I love unicorns, but I never understood the reason behind the creation of Equestria Girls. Except for making a branch off of My Little Pony that little girls could relate more to. Or try to relate more to. I get it. But it's a high school thing with, well, it's magic. Sure. But are you just a human in a magical pony land that's made of, or where the ponies are humans? Do you have magic too? There's no... I'd say at max you get to hang out with Sunset Shimmer. You get to do all of her school stuff, but again, you're just in a high school, and if you're already in a magical world, it's not going to be anything special for you. And you don't get to hang out with the Core 6, so you don't get to do anything fantastic for fun. Peter Parker is arguably the dumbest decision on this list. You can be friends with Peter Parker all day long, don't get me wrong. But again, unless the Mephisto Mary Jane shit happens where he has to reveal himself to the world, Civil War happens where he introduces himself to the world, or things like that, you are more in danger knowing Peter Parker without knowing he's Spider-Man than you are just not associating with Peter Parker in general. And then even worse so, if/when you find out he is Peter Parker, whether it be by, one, being a smart character who realizes he runs away every time every time Spider-Man shows up, or you look past his fake timidity and just watch his everyday movement. But again, it's Marvel, so no one's going to be that smart. Which means your character will in fact not be that smart. Peter Parker's out. Max Goof. PJ's annoying, Max is a simp, and they get in trouble all the time with Pauly Shore. No thank you. Penny Proud. Okay, Penny Proud's cool, don't get me wrong. She's confident, she's headstrong, all that jazz. Not to mention, I dig Gostriker Proud. I would love to try Proud snacks, no matter how disgusting they were. But, on the flip side, Dejanay was annoying as piss, and I'd rather stay away from all that drama with La Cienega Boulevardes, so no point in that. So we come back to who I skipped. Yeah, the girl who can do anything. Now, why did I choose Kim Possible last? Multiple reasons. One, like Jenny XJ9, she does all of her extracurriculars not only in public, but she is world famous for it. Two, she is in fact just your everyday average person. She has no special training. She just wanted to make money when she was a child, started babysitting, and she just started showing that she could do anything. Because her first assignment was getting past a security system to get a Beanie Baby. And she just straight up cheerleaders herself through it. It was fantastic. You can get to know a cheerleader all you want inside of a high school. She is the most well-rounded student in the entire school. You get to meet and hang out with Ron. You get to meet Monique and hang out with Monique. You get to know who Wade is. You get to interact with Wade every once in a while. And here's the kicker to all of it. Is in Kim Possible, you don't have to be a main character to join the main characters. Monique is my primary example. The principal is my primary example. Their teacher, or maybe not the principal. The teacher that Patrick Warburton voiced. He is a perfect example. Or the entire cheerleading squad when they all got caught, and they all had to follow Kim and Ron to fucking make their way out of that fucking not haunted, but that stupid campground episode. Then you could possibly be put into the same position as Monique, where Kim's friends are gone for some reason, and you are who she has to turn to. And what happened when Monique was in that situation? Because Ron was halfway across the fucking planet because Monkey Fist decided to ruin everything across time. Yeah. When being friends with Kim Possible, not only do you know the most famous person in the world, you get to hang out with her, Ron Stoppable, who by the fucking way is Batman! Monique, who is Raven Simone. You get to stand around and watch as she puts Bonnie in her place multiple times. You get to go to Bueno Nacho and try nachos. By the way, I made a nacho in real life. I do it at Taco Bell all the fucking time, and it is awesome. And if you don't know how to do the things that Kim knows how to do, she will show you and teach you as you go. Basically, she did that with Monique during the movie where, she didn't have, when she and Ron got separated because, again, Monkey Fist tinkered with time and had his mom and dad go across the world. There are so many possibilities. Oh, let's not forget that when we got Jake Long, Kim Possible, and Penny Proud, all three of those, you have the opportunity of possibly meeting Lilo and Stitch. Just throwing that out there. Being friends with Kim, you could be on a mission and randomly show up in Hawaii, and boom, you get to meet Lilo, Nani, Stitch, and 626 other monsters. All of which are friendly. Yeah. So, with all of that, pretty sure it's obvious. Our winner is the girl who can do anything. Kim Possible. Beep, 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 beep. Thank you for watching. See you next time.